Hello, Slicey Dicers. This is Brian with another knife review for you, and today we've got a pretty interesting one. This is the Acta Verba Z200. This is a fairly new company out of the Czech Republic, one that you guys have been asking a whole lot of questions about, and I'm quite happy to get my hands on one. They reached out and asked if I wanted to, and I remember you guys asking about them, so I said yes. So thank you very much to Acta Verba for providing this to me. We will refer to them as ANV for the rest of this, because they refer to themselves as ANV a lot as well. You can see about the really cool logo that just looks like squiggles, but it is ANV. I think that's pretty neat. Yeah, made out of the Czech Republic. You don't see a lot of stuff in America made over there, but I have a fairly decent amount of experience with that. A lot of the bike companies I deal with, a couple of them are out of the Czech Republic, and they do amazing work. There is an awesome manufacturing capacity out of that country. They're really kind of on the up and up as that stuff is going. They're really on the rise. I think you're going to see a lot more stuff made out of there, but very happy to see a knife made out of that country, or Czechia, if you prefer to call it that. I guess that's in the last few years they prefer to be called Czechia for short, but Czech Republic, Czechia, whatever they're called this week, they do great work, and this is no exception. It is extremely well made. That is the first impression I got from it right out of the box, which I'm going to show you the box because I don't always show the packaging, but this is pretty impressive for a $77 knife. You're getting this cool box, which is that ANV logo again, and get the little card. I guess I opened it upside down. That's one thing about that logo. You don't know which way is which. Signed by the people who inspected it. Some stuff written in Czech. You get a little sticker, a little puffy sticker, and I thought this was amusing. I didn't use it. I didn't open it. This is Acta Verba Special Grease. So you get that, but pretty cool packaging for a $77 knife, especially from a pretty new company. So do like that a lot. You're getting Böhler N690 steel G10 handles. It comes in many colors. I'm never going to remember all of them, but there is this coyote tan, there is an orange, there's a white, I think there's a red, there's a black. You can get it with a coated blade, uncoated blade, a whole bunch of options. Extremely deep carry pocket clip, which we'll talk more about later, but pretty cool, just simple sort of design, but overall I think it looks pretty good, and I like it in this coyote brown. So let's do some specs and size comparisons before we get too much farther. You have a blade length of 3.5 inches, overall length of 8.2 inches, blade thickness of 0.14 inches, so a little on the thickish side, handle thickness of 0.49, right in that kind of Goldilocks zone, and a weight of 3.5 ounces. So they nailed the ounce per inch. 3.5 inch blade, 3.5 ounces. So they got that dead right. Let's do some size comparisons as we're accompanied by birds. So I don't know, we pretend we're sitting in our back garden. I don't know. Sorry, there's birds outside. Can't shut them all up. This is the Spyderco Paramilitary 2. Very similar in overall size to that. Your Spyderco Para 3, a little bigger than that, and we'll bring out the usual Benchmades. And then, since this is kind of in the realm of budget knife, I know some people don't consider 77 budget knife, but a lot of people still do. You have your full-size bug out. We'll bring out some budget knives after that. Is what I was getting at, and then I interrupted myself. And the Benchmade 940, so a little bit bigger than either of those. And for a couple more budget-oriented offerings, we have your Ontario Rat Model 1. Just a hair smaller than that. And the Civivi Backlash. A little bit. Yeah, about the same size as that, I guess. Maybe just a hair bigger. Ever so slightly. So let's talk more about this knife, the blade. Böhler N690 steel becoming kind of popular again. I remember it being around for a few years ago, and then you didn't see it much at all. And now, especially with the European manufacturers, it's coming out all over the place. So pretty neat. I like the steel. It seems to hold an edge pretty well, sharpen pretty well. I haven't had enough time with this to comment on their heat treat or anything like that, but it seems to be decent. It did come very sharp out of the box. No issues there. And it is 20 thousandths behind the edge, so that's fine. I said the blade stock's a little thick, 0.14, but it's just thick compared to some other stuff. It seems like budget knives are all getting thinner and thinner. So comparison to like the knives this is competing with, I don't think it's really, you know, as far as usage, I don't think it's that thick, but compared to other knives in this price category, maybe it is a bit, but it seems to still slice very well. Great tip on it. Very robust tip there, so no worries about snapping that thing off unless you're doing something epically stupid. Ergonomics are really, really, really good. I have no complaints. Plenty of room there. Pretty simple handle shape, but it fits my hand extremely well. This pocket clip, while being extremely deep carry, it is pushed off the back enough that there's no hot spot for it. You don't feel the pocket clip like at all. So no complaints there. Fits my hand extremely well. How does it carry? Let's bring out the old Levi's and we'll show it in the pocket. Obviously, there's nothing to see here. So this is a very discreet knife for sure. Some knives with pocket clips this deep carry I don't like. I think sometimes it's too deep carry, but this one you can still get out of the pocket pretty easily, even grabbing the clip. A lot of knives like this, when they have the clip like this that's that deep a carry, you have to grab it by the side because you put too much pressure on it. I think that's because this is a wire clip, which I like wire clips, so the wire clip deflects a little bit and you can still easily pull it out of your pocket in a more conventional manner. And it's comfortable. So while it does look a bit unorthodox, and I will admit, the first time I took it out of the box, I was like, yeah, I don't like that. It works fine, and I do like it now. It's comfortable, and it works well. No flipper tab, so it's easy to get your hand past, all that stuff. Weight 3.5 ounces, completely fine. It's not a lightweight by any stretch of the imagination, but it's not bad at all. And it does have a lanyard hole if that floats your boat and you want to put a lanyard on it. As far as the deployment goes, slightly odd. It just has this fuller deployment, which it's not horribly odd, but it is almost a bit too smooth. It does take some effort. It takes, well, not effort, it takes some practice to get so you can routinely flick it out like that. It has this little glow-in-the-dark dot there, which is pretty neat. It is on both sides of the blade. So it doesn't light up like, lume on a dive watch or something like that, but it does light up a little bit. You can see it at night, so that's kind of cool if it's charged up. But yeah, it does take a hot minute to get used to that. I've finally gotten decent at it, so but you really got to use right up on that dot and kind of flick that way with your thumb. I found is the best way, and put some pressure on it. I think maybe part of the reason why they did that, and I'm just guessing, a lot of European laws have the rule that, you can have locking or one-hand opening, but not both. Maybe you could convince someone this is a two-hand open knife, because it is kind of hard to open that way. Maybe if you handed it to a member of the constabulary, they wouldn't be able to open it one-handed, so they wouldn't think that it was. I don't know, maybe. But if you're experienced with it, see, I just failed it there. You can do it. There's that. It does run on Teflon washers, which I was kind of surprised to see that at $77. But I took it apart. I shined a light in there, saw they were Teflon washers. Wanted to confirm there wasn't some bronze in there. There isn't, but they are like fancy Teflon washers, if that makes any sense. They're perforated and everything. They're not just simple off-the-shelf crap Teflon washers. And it is very, very smooth. Extremely smooth. Teflon always does feel really smooth if it's... And I assume this has Acta non-Verba special grease in it. So, but not super drop shutty, but not bad. Again, pretty smooth. It's Teflon. That doesn't really bother me that much, but I can already hear people in the comments complaining $77 in Teflon. So there's that. But overall, it's a very interesting option. I do like that. If you want to have a good user, this is a great user size, great user shape, great user steel. Like I said, it holds an edge pretty well. Super easy to sharpen in 690. Don't mind that. And it's really good looking. I love their logo. I like the nice crown spine with the Acta non-Verba up here. I don't think I mentioned that earlier. It's just a really good looking knife. And it's an interesting option from an interesting country. Maybe I have a bit of an affection for the Czech Republic because I have friends there and have done some business over there. But yeah, very happy to see some cool stuff coming out of there. So hope you guys have enjoyed this, and go check them out. I'm going to put a link down below to their website. They're also available at a few different places. I know Blade HQ is a big carrier of them, so that's where a lot of you guys saw them and then, you know, hit me up and asked if I would review one. So I do have more coming. This was the first one. They have another just regular old flipper. They have a a dagger flipper. So I'll be trying all those out. But hope you guys have enjoyed this. I've been Brian. Have a good one.